stressing. They making it seem like life's a dream. So what's the question? Well, it ain't no proof of the truth. So now you guessing. The blind will lead you to a hole, but the only way they happen if you got your eyes closed. My whole city praying for peace. Your homie or your kin folks will leave you dead in the street. They trying to make a lot of beat for people begging to eat. This man ain't trying to make no moves, but he trying to preach. And y'all making money, man, that's what your track said. Hit your cash just a flash, man, I know that your brain dead. Got a little money, you talking like Mr. Ed. Elevate your mind, then I know that you ain't scared. And all the kids willing to learn, but the only thing that they see in us, folk, get burned. They gotta make it easy, ain't no time to earn.
Setting in a more general sense. One, we know that Chavis was arrested. We see tape of him walking and talking to police under full control, no rancor and no resistance. We know he was frisked twice, and they found no weapon. Second, put him in the back of a police car, probably he was unfamiliar. He was handcuffed. The handcuffed man somehow was able to shoot himself in the right temple with his left hand. That's who did it. We do not accept that. The Department of Justice must intervene that we might have justice and closure. There's a broader context in which this is taking place. One, this city is about 20% African American. 149 police, we're told, only 3 are African American. 111 firemen, only 1 is African American. Judges, 0. It's hard to have a jury of your peers when you're so sacked.
All y'all fall in with the police. As the line comes, y'all please fall in. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I need to. Come on. Come on. I'm going to jump in. You next.
Just getting started.
Let's not forget it. 3.
Stay in 3. Well, I've got it. Okay.
Turn left here?
No. We're going to go on more.
Up one more, keep going.
We told the city council meeting this was bigger than this was really. This is really bigger than Chavis Carter. This is.
Well, we will when we start walking. Oh yeah. And everyone has to stay on the sidewalk so we don't have problems. Fly in.
Kind of tighten it up a little bit. But yes, sir. Help him tighten it down. Help him keep the ranks tight down here. Tighten it down. Y'all kind of stay tight. Y'all kind of stay tight. Kind of stay tight. Kind of stay tight.
And the black church. To find common ground. In the Christ, there is no east, no west, no black, no white. In our faith, we should find common ground. Put your hands together. I want attorney being urban now to give us the last state of the law. Where we are in our case, he represents the Johnny Cochran firm. Put your hand together for Johnny Cochran.
All right now.
Ben.
Thank you all for coming out today and being a participant in this march today. I think it's important that we're sitting here, and it's hard to see with that one sign right now, but in front of a justice complex. I mean, an appropriate place to be asking for justice in this case for Chavis Carter. I think what's very important is we've all gone through the stories, the storylines, what's occurred, what's happening. I think the difficulty is that we've allowed a lot of assumptions, a lot of opinions to come out as facts. And we have to avoid doing that in that case. An investigation cannot start with a conclusion. It has to start with the facts, and the facts are followed to a conclusion.
Say that.
In this case, we've started off with this assumption that there's only one scenario here, and that's Chavis Carter committed suicide. Listen, we do not know what happened that night at this point in time. We're not ready to say what happened in that night, that time. But why is there such a rush for judgment? Why are we at this need since day one to say this young man took his life? Why would he do that? What reasons did he have to do that? This is a young man who is just starting his life, and he's out there, he's handcuffed in the back of his car, he's been searched twice, and there's a gun. A lot of people say, well, the gun was in the car. Well, show me evidence the gun was in the car. Don't tell me you missed the gun, and so it probably is in the car. Show me evidence to show me that the gun was in the car. Show me evidence where the gun came from. You've not done that. How can I accept the story with no evidence? How can the family accept this story? We've got information today that there was no gun residue test conducted on Chavis Carter.
Say it again.
This is the same thing we've been wanting. No gun residue test done on Chavis Carter.
Repeat after you.
Answer me this question. Why? If I'm sitting there and I'm the Jonesboro Police Department and a tragic event has just unfolded and I see this young man who's listen, we say we saw nothing. No officer says he was in the car. No officer says he saw what happened. We've seen no video evidence, no audio evidence to tell us what happened. All we know is a medical examiner's report that says, listen, here's a gunshot very close to his temple. Mind you, this is why this young man is handcuffed in the backseat of a squad car, and we still don't know where this gun came from. But then if we want to, if we're in that position, we're saying, how do we prove our innocence? How do we say, listen, this is a tragic event, and this young man did something unexplained. Why not take gun residue tests? Why not take gun residue tests of those officers? And why is that information? And listen, if that stuff was not there, why release today? I've heard of more releases this afternoon on this 40-minute march from the scene of this tragic event to the criminal justice complex here in Jonesboro. Is that what it's going to take? Is it going to take us continually marching? Is it going to take us continually asking for why to find out what happened to this young man? Listen, there's an obligation, there's a duty that they assumed the minute they took this young man into custody. And that was to protect that young man, to be able to provide answers to what happened to this young man. And let me assure you, we have not been given those answers. Do not take assumptions, do not take opinions, do not take these things as facts because they are not so. Where are the facts of this case? We're missing 3.5 minutes of video, the most important 3.5 minutes that probably could have been generated. Why display the rest without displaying this? And listen, we're not going to rush to judgment as though they've done. We're going to wait and see what the facts have given us to tell us what happened that night. But no, the family is not going to sit by and just accept that this was the answer. We are not going to do that without evidence of that occurring. Listen, we have an obligation. The law enforcement had an obligation to conduct a thorough investigation in this young man, if nothing else, than to give all of us, everyone across America who's now engaged in this conversation, a peace of mind that every time we get involved with police custody, that we're going to be safe. I would think that if there's nothing there, if there's nothing wrong, why not get that out? Why not say that? Why would you want to continue this narrative of providing no information or providing limited information? I would think if that's the case, release all the information, do an independent investigation into this matter, and release the information. But listen, guys, we have to avoid assumptions and opinions and associating those as facts. We've had very few facts come out in this case, and we're still asking for more and more and more coming out. And it's a shame that it has to have this kind of enforcement, this kind of backing, this type of event, that's how we start getting truth out of our criminal justice system. That's not what's expected here. So start asking questions, start saying why. The ultimate question here is why. Why is this information not released? What happened to this young man? Let's stop accepting opinions, let's stop accepting assumptions and taking those as facts just because they've been repeated over and over and over. Ask yourself, what evidence have you seen of a gun? What evidence have you seen that puts him in that gun? What evidence have you seen that the gun was in the vehicle? We say there's a second search that was more thorough than the first, and he must have hid that gun. Show me evidence that he hid that gun. Don't make an assumption that he hid that gun. Show me evidence. That is what we do in investigations. Go through the videos of these eyewitness testimonies and pay attention to them. Look at the investigator and the way he asked his questions. Look at the beginning of the investigations as the statements are saying, listen, we're not sure if doors are open, doors are closed. We're not sure what happened. Yes, at the end of hearing, well, wasn't this the case? Wasn't this the case? Wasn't this the case? Sure, you're sitting there, you want to start just agreeing to get out of there. And we're not saying that those are not accurate. We're saying that's not the way you do it. Listen, in a court of law, you are not allowed to ask leading questions on a direct examination. There's a reason for that, and that's because we want the truth to come out. We don't want you to put words into someone's mouth. And so let's slow down for a minute. Let's stop this rush to judgment. And listen, at this point in time, I'm not really sure how we can't demand that the Jonesboro Police Department doesn't remove itself from the investigation because of all the mishaps, the late releases of information, the fact that there was no gun residue test conducted on Chavis Carter. We don't even know if, listen, were gun residue tests conducted on the police officers?
That's right.
And if not, why not? And if so, what are those results? We have so many questions that have been unanswered. We have so many things that feel like they have not gone as though they should. I think it's about time that the Justice Department does step in, the FBI steps in and says, listen, maybe you're not able to handle this investigation.
That's right.
How are we asking for the people that were the only people on the scene when you've taken this young man, the only man who can really tell us from his side of the opinion what happened that night? He lost his life.
That's right.
He is not here to tell us what happened.
That's a
and it's
fact.
incumbent upon us as his attorneys, it's incumbent upon you and the community to demand that we find answers, not accept opinions or assumptions in this matter just because we hear them repeated time and time again.
Put your hands together.
Know who did it, Justice?
Let me make this appeal. There's a scripture that says we healed by his stripes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's healing coming from Chavis' stripes today.
Yes, sir.
What is being exposed, if it's real dark tonight and there's no light, one light illuminate the darkness. Because he died, because we're marching. A city 20% African American, 149 police on the 3 are African American. A city 20% African American, 111 firemen on the 1 is African American. Judges, 0. A state 16% African American. Prisons, 50% population. A state 45% of its federal budget, of its state budget is federal government. So the federal government. The federal government must intervene and act. Will not be limited. Bound by states' rights. We live in a more perfect union. For that perfect union to be good for all of its people. We must have an even playing field. Public rules and clear goals. We must march again and again and again. We must not grow weary. We must not grow weary in well-doing. This is a battle we have to fight. Because we fought, there is a new South today. A better South today. Because we fought in Little Rock, children go to school together all over America today. Because we fought in Montgomery. People can sit where they choose. Who's in a public facility. We have never lost a battle. We fought. Never won a battle unless we fought. Because we fought in Selma, Blacks got the right to vote. White women got the right to serve on juries. 18-year-olds got the right to vote. Students got the right to vote on campuses. We got the right to vote bilingually. When we fight, we win. This battle for jobs and justice and fair distribution of contracts is worth the fight. This police department is occupying, not representing. We're not looking for personality. We're looking for justice and fairness. We do not think this police department is capable of policing itself. This is more Trayvon Martin, more Emmett Till. Don't cover up, expose, put light on the wound, take the nail out the wound. Let's have healing now. Weeping may endure for a night. You hold on, and hold out. Joy cometh in the morning. It's dark, real dark, but the morning cometh.
The Lord bless it, cause we know it's they turn. Yeah.
Count my blessings, classes in session. The worst question is the first question. Why do we work like slaves, sweating blades to an early grave? Never got paid, but still we slave in the non-trade. Answer that, then answer this too. Love's gonna get you, you know it's true. Life's a big shoot. You best to backtrack and try to act black and live. Not to be phony and positive, but why be negative? What's the matter, G? Black cat got your tongue fat track, got you sprung, now you hump. Dumb ditty, it's a me. Attempt to reach each and every brother on the streets. If not peace, then at least let's get a piece. I'm tired of seeing bodies on the streets, deceased. Looking through my high school yearbook, reminiscing of the tears as the years took. One homie, two homie, three homies. Poof, we used to have troops, but now there's no more youth to shoot. God come save the misbegotten. Lost ghetto souls of black cotton in God's eyes.
I didn't get that power from guns because there's no guns in jail. I got that power from books and from thinking and by strategizing. That's what I want to listen to.